Learning to Skate by W.M. Akers. I don't want to go out there. Come on. Schmabsolutely not. Schmabsolutely? What does that mean? It's what you say when absolutely positively isn't strong enough. I schmabsolutely schmositively will not go out on that ice. Linda's father crossed his arms and looked at his skates. Linda returned the gesture, staring back at him with frosty determination, far colder than the skating rink behind her. She and her father were at the climax of a very literal Cold War. It had started months earlier when the weather started to turn. "Oh, look at that," Linda's mother said one night over dinner. "It's supposed to be under 30 this week. Winter's really coming." "Woohoo," said Linda. She was a summer girl through and through. While other kids talked about ski trips and snowball fights, Linda closed her eyes and transported herself to the beach. While her family sang Winter Wonderland, Linda hummed Surfin' USA and Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And when her little brother threw himself into the snow to make snow angels, Linda imagined she was in the park lying on her back in a field of thick green grass, the sun baking her skin like she was a calzone in a pizza oven. But there was one winter activity she dreaded most of all. "I have an idea," said her mother. "When the weather gets a little colder, why don't we all go ice skating?" "That sounds awesome," yelped Linda's little brother. "No, thanks," said Linda. "Why not?" asked Mom. "She doesn't want to go because she doesn't know how to skate," said her brother. "She's scared." "Oh, baby, you don't have anything to be scared of. Ice skating is so much fun. When I was a kid in the wintertime, we went at least twice a week. I'd still go all the time if I didn't have to work and if your father ever wanted to go." "That is not right," said Linda. "Not right at all. I'm not scared. I just never wanted to learn." "Well, this winter, that's going to change." Every week her mother tried to make her threat come true. She would needle Linda, talking about how thick the ice on the rink at the park was getting and how beautiful the weather was for going outside. Linda did not want to go outside until April. She wanted to sit in the chair by the window and look at the blue sky and think of heat. Every weekend, by feigning illness or homework or simply hiding, she managed to avoid her mother. And then, the last week of February, her mother trapped her at last. Linda was reading when her mother walked up and dropped a pair of skates onto Linda's lap. "This is the last weekend the rink is open," her mother said. "I'm going out of town for work, and you're going skating with your father." "But, don't even try. I've heard all your excuses. Your brother was right. You're just afraid. It's time to get past it." Mom laughed, and Linda stared at the skates. The only thing she wanted to get past was winter. "Come on, sweetheart. Just one time around the rink and we can go home." Linda and her father had been standing by the rink for 15 minutes arguing with their eyes. Children, adults, and old people shuffled around them to get to the ice. Linda felt embarrassed. She felt in the way, but mostly she felt bad for her dad. He loved summer as much as she did, and she could tell he was ready for winter to be behind them. "Please, sweetie, it's not so bad, you know. Just a few minutes out there and you'll be figure skating like you're in the Olympics." "The Summer Olympics?" "The Winter Olympics." "Those are the worst Olympics." Linda watched her father. He was out of arguments. If she pushed him, she knew they could leave right now, but she didn't want to win that badly. She gripped the wooden wall of the rink and clomped toward the entrance. She was going skating. It was much harder than she'd imagined. She clung to the wall, slipping forward one step at a time, her father gripping her hands to keep her from falling. All around her, kids from school were skating like professionals, doing spins and skating backward and laughing like they were having the most fun in the world. Linda's heart pounded, her palms sweated, and the entrance to the rink seemed to get farther and farther away. "Doing great, sweetheart. We're almost there." Linda turned to her father, planning to deliver some snarky remark when she felt the world tip out from under her. She fell on her stomach, knocking the wind out of her chest. From down there, the whole world looked like ice. A skater sped toward her, big as a giant and apparently unaware of Linda's existence. His skate was headed right toward Linda's index finger, her favorite finger, and Linda felt like she was moving in slow motion as she yanked it out of the way. As she pulled her hand to safety, she felt ice shavings on her palm from the passing skater who had no idea he had just missed slicing off a little girl's finger. Linda waited for her father to yell at the skating giant, but there was no sound but the slicing of metal on ice and the laughing of happy, winter-loving children. Linda propped herself up on her elbows. Her father seemed to be miles away. The swirling mass of skaters had carried him away from her. She was on her own. "Okay, that's it. I am through with this stupid sport." She climbed to her feet, falling 3 times. Her knees felt bruised, her elbows were aching, and she was pretty sure she had frostbite. Linda didn't care. She was getting out of here. She hugged the wall and caught her breath. She had two options. Continue with the mass of skaters, moving counterclockwise around the rink until she got back to safety, or she could go back the way she came, a salmon battling upstream past 200 happy people wearing razors on their feet. She turned around and stared over the wood wall into the park. In the distance, she could see her favorite bench, where she liked to spend summer afternoons reading beneath a tree, watching squirrels play, and marveling at the massive height of the oak trees around her. She knew what she would have to do. Using the last of her strength, Linda hauled herself over the rink wall. With an awkward front flip, she landed on her back in the grass, winded again, but safe. She yanked off her skates, resisting the urge to pelt them into the woods, and looked back at the rink. She waved to get her father's attention, but he was busy on the other side of the ice, slipping and falling on his way back to the changing rooms. He couldn't skate either. As Linda realized this, she laughed so hard she forgot how scared she had been on the ice. Next winter ice skating lesson, said her father as they sipped hot chocolate and compared bruises for both of us.